Trump administration making a move to return this guy, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, to the United States. The guy from Maryland who was mistakenly deported at first and being held in a notorious prison in El Salvador. They're bringing him back. DOJ is bringing him back in order to face charges here. We just heard about the charges in a live news conference with the Attorney General. They come from a traffic stop in Tennessee in 2022. Criminal defense attorney Imran Ansari joins us right now. Thank you for joining us. We talked so much about this case, but obviously this changes things in a big way. What do you make? There's two federal charges that were unveiled by the Attorney General, but there were far more allegations that she talked about. But on the charges themselves, essentially helping the transport of illegal aliens. That's what they talked about. What do you make of what's going on here with Abrego Garcia?
Yeah, I mean, it's the latest twist in the Abrego Garcia legal and sort of between the branches, wrestling between the judiciary and the executive branch. This is the latest twist. And he's facing two charges. They're essentially human trafficking charges, a conspiracy charge to transport undocumented aliens, and then transporting undocumented aliens. He's facing upwards of 10 years in jail. And then Pam Bondi stated that if he is convicted, he's going to serve out a sentence here and then be transported back to El Salvador. But he's returned back in the United States. He's facing these charges, and it remains to be seen of how it's going to play out in court, of course.
New comments just in from the Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem. If we have those, let's pop them up. And then to your point, Pam Bondi spoke about it. We have a clip from Bondi that we can play in a moment. But the Noem, it's a statement, right, Jamie? Is that what it's a written statement that we have or a clip? All right. So if we have that, Noem, all right, so put that up now. Here's Noem, and then we'll go to Bondi. So Noem says, for the past 2 months, the media and Democrats have burnt to the ground any last shred of credibility they had left by glorifying Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a known MS-13 gang member. It goes on about how today the United States confronts this guy with overwhelming evidence, and he's being indicted by a grand jury for human smuggling, including children, and conspiracy. Justice awaits this Salvadoran man. All right, that's Noem. Now Bondi. Here's a clip from the news conference we had live a little bit earlier.
We want to thank President Bukele for agreeing to return Abrego Garcia to the United States. Our government presented El Salvador with an arrest warrant, and they agreed to return him to our country. This is what American justice looks like.
Now, as we talked about earlier, some of the allegations are not the charges, right? The charges are different, and you outlined what the actual charges that are unveiled are. Maybe there's more to come, but there were far more allegations, everything up to a conspiracy and some sort of an op to commit murder, really, was talked about in that news conference. But what do you make of that, and also the fact that he could go back to El Salvador? So she made a point to say that.
Sure. Well, you make a great point. Maybe there's more to come. There's always a chance that they are going into the grand jury and looking to indict him on further charges. Now, Pam Bondi made those statements out there in that press conference and alluded to other criminal acts. Typically, a prosecutor is going to be more guarded with their words if they don't, in fact, intend to seek an indictment on those acts. And when there's the four corners, right? We have the four corners of the current indictment, and they don't have those allegations, or he's not charged with those crimes. So there may be a chance that they may be presenting more charges to a grand jury down the line. That remains to be seen. But he is facing these two charges, and Pam Bondi was pretty bold there in her words about Abrego Garcia. And again, if he is convicted, he will have to serve out a sentence here in the United States, and then we have the preview there that they intend to deport him back to El Salvador after that sentence.
Right, that's what the plan was, or what she said was unveiled. All right, Imran, thank you for that.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.